So a couple years back, Netflix announced they were going to adapt the Witcher series in live action, starring Henry Cavill. And I was excited because I read the books, played the games, especially the third one. And for a while, it was one of the best video game adaptations I've seen, at least before The Last of Us started. But somewhere along the line, I think the show just got worse and worse, strayed farther from the books. It's not based on the games, it's based on the books. The books are stylized very differently from the games, which is what, in my opinion, made this adaptation very tricky and why you can't really recast the main character 4 seasons in. I think it's going to be the same show. It's not possible. No offense to Hemsworth, but I don't think he really has the acting chops to pull this off. Because the whole show pretty much rested on Cavill's shoulder when he was the main star. Now he's no longer cast as a character. Bringing in a replacement is like casting Roger Moore in You Only Live Twice or something in the middle of Sean Connery era or James Bond. Will never work. Or even worse, recasting Roger Moore as James Bond in Thunderball or something, one of Connery's best films in that era. Will never work. Roger Moore is a different Bond, different style, different tone. It was a completely different style of character. Same with every other version of that Bond that we've had since the 60s, including George Lazenby. Like, this is never going to work. Liam Hemsworth as Geralt, the main character. It's never going to work. It's not going to be the same show. It ain't going to be the same tone. Now they're going to try and adapt the last couple of books in 2 seasons. It's never going to work. Now with step photos here, they've got Lawrence Fishburne as Regis, who was a vampire in the books and the games. Yeah, I think they could have done better casting for that. But there's Hemsworth as Geralt. It looks so out of place. Geralt should be an older guy, first off, because he's around for a long time. Hemsworth doesn't look like he's out of his 30s yet. He's too young. And it's not going to be the same show. Can't be. It's about it. And it says right here, co-star Frey Allen says he's looking forward to seeing what Hemsworth brings to the role. But he's concerned about level of fan backlash. It's not backlash as much as it is concern. Because I don't know how much of the books Frey has read, but not even the book, just still going on the show. Just in general, you can't recast the main character 4 seasons in and expect it's going to be the same show. So I get what those comments are talking about, but it ain't going to be the same show. George, she's just talking about it from an emotional standpoint, which just makes it funnier. It doesn't really matter what she says in a way, because of course she's going to defend the guy because she's working with him, but you can defend whether a fan. I'm a fan of the games too. Doesn't mean I would ever cast as a girl. 4 seasons in, again, it's like casting Roger Moore, Pierce Brosnan, and Thunderball in the middle of the Sean Connery. It would never work. Same thing here. This is never going to work. I kind of feel bad for the guy because he's being brought on board of a sinking ship. The show should have just ended after 3. Because There's no way they're going to be able to adapt baptism of fire or whatever, whichever of the books are left to adapt, because they strayed so far from it already, especially in season two. Siri just started her training, and she's nowhere near as powerful as she's supposed to be in the books and games. And now with that stupid recast, just laughable at best. Laughable. Yeah, I don't see it, man. Normally, I would try and like give them the benefit of the doubt, and I don't care what they do anymore. Season one was fantastic. Season two was good. I couldn't get through three. It was just so bad, so rushed, so bad. Uh, for up to me, I would just cancel the show and reboot it in a couple of years. Maybe do more animated stories like that. The animated Witcher series, Witcher film with Vesemir. That's what I would do. Just leave the show alone, end it. Like it's not going to be the same show. I just think it's not going to work. Like people are crying, like, "Oh, there's not enough monsters." Like you clearly haven't read the books then, because the books are way more politically based than they are about Geralt fighting monsters. You want to fight more monsters? Play the games. Because the books do not take that approach. There are monsters in the books, but they're not. It's not the focus. Because Cirilla, her entire background is politically based. Everything about her story is about Sintra and struggle for power and all that stuff. There's monsters here and there for Geralt, but it's never been the focus of the books. So people crying, "Oh, they want to see more monsters." Play the game then, because you're never going to get that with a show that's based on the books. It's just an unrealistic complaint. And again, I feel bad for Hemsworth because it's like jumping on board of the Titanic as it's about to hit the iceberg, except the show already hit the iceberg. Doesn't really matter what he does. He could give it the best performance of his life. It wouldn't make a difference. The ship is already sunk. Nothing he does is gonna keep it afloat.